Funny stuff.
What he just said. I don't know how many of those camera walks in there we have.
Thinking the same thing.
Well, do something different. Wobble. A little wibble when you walk. Oh, I've forgotten his gift. Never mind, we'll have to go back and get his...
Hello.
Sorry.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Boys, book of soccer.
1962.
Good year for soccer. Ah! Oh.
Don't you want to put it somewhere maybe?
No,
Yeah,
it's-
put it. Okay.
We should tell him what you...
Hey! Should we?
Hey!
No, shouldn't we want to put it on here? I think so too. Go away so I'll give you otherwise.
Did you enjoy the Adelphi?
Yeah, that was great. That was top 5 best days. The whole day was incredible, and it started off. We had a flat tire in the morning, so we thought, oh, then we have because we had the gig on at 11 in the morning, and we thought, what should we do now? Then we got a cab and we went there, and it was all fine. But even at 11 in the morning, so many people showed up. It was incredible. I thought, who goes to a concert at 11? I would. But the whole day was incredible. And when we played there in the audience, there was Geoff Baker and Tony Bramwell.
Yeah.
And they both watched the show, and Geoff was just, he was the best. He was so blown away, and we then talked for hours, and he really, really wants to help us out. And for us, it was just a surreal experience. And he then did his talk where he just kind of talked.
I believe his talk was brilliant.
It
It's one of the highlights of the
It
weekend.
was
Very funny.
No, you tell us.
It was a very funny talk, very insightful into what it's like working for Paul McCartney, because what a job, 24 hours a day, of course. It was very moving as well, but particularly for us at the end, because he was being interviewed by Mark Lewison, and their old mates, obviously. And at the end of the interview, as it's coming to the end, Geoff suddenly says, oh, there's one thing I want to say. There's one other thing I want to say.
When I worked for Mark, when he was editor of Paul's Fan Club magazine, I wrote a piece for him once which said that the Beatles weren't a band, they were just a band. It wasn't, being Beatley wasn't just about the music. Being Beatley was about a vibe. It was about a way of looking at the world, a good way of looking at the world, I don't know, you call it a Christian way or whatever, but just, if people were more like the Beatles, like you guys, etc., more Beatley, I think it would be a much better place. And one of the things which has impressed me is the way that vibe has continued, that it's not just a nostalgia thing. And there's a couple of girls here in the front second row, the MonaLisa twins. I seriously recommend them to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, not because they're girls doing Beatles stuff, because they're not just doing that, they're taking it beyond that, they're writing songs which are in the vibe of the Beatles, etc. But I seriously commend it because what Beatle Week is doing, what the MonaLisa twins are doing, is continuing something that Mark, and nobody better than Mark, has catalogued and documented very well. And it's not just a story of a band, it's a story of a way of people thinking. And I think if more of us think like this, I think, as Jon said, the world will be a better place.
Yeah, I agree.
As he said, the MonaLisa twins, suddenly...
I was sitting next to Tim, and I heard and what's this noise? And I turned around to Tim, and he was crying because I was fighting the tears as well because it was such a moving moment.
I'm sat
but
next
I
to
was
these
I
tough
was putting
girls,
myself together.
and he at me, big girl's blouse. I mean, it was great to hear that from somebody who's
really,
at the top,
incredible.
recognising what you and I have known all along.
Superheroes don't cry.
I put it on. I'm a very good actor. Put it on. So that was a lovely moment. And of course, meeting Julia Baird, rather. Sorry,
she's lovely.
Isn't she just? And Alan Williams.
We saw Alan last week. We've been very worried about Alan, but he's fine. He's being taken care of. Yes. What's just the two of you going to do today then?
We will. Well, it won't be just the two of us today. Can you I'm sure this will sound familiar to you. Okay. Billy Butler. What would you think if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out of me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. Ooh, I get by with a little help from my friend. Yeah, I get high with a little help from my friend. I'm gonna try with a little help from my friend. What do I do when my love is away?
Does it worry you to be alone?
How do I feel by the end of the day?
Are you sad because you're on your own, baby?
No, I get by with a little help from my friend. I get by with a little help from my friend. Yes, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friend. Do you need anybody? Well, I want somebody to love. Could it be anybody? Well, I want somebody to love. Would you believe in a love at first sight? Yes, I'm certain that it happens all the time. What do I see when you turn out the light? I can't tell you, but I know it's mine. Ooh, I get by with a little help from my friend. I get try with a little help from my friend. Yeah, I get high with a little help from my friend. Do you need anybody? I need someone to love. Could it be anybody? I want somebody, someone to love. So I with a little help from my friend. High with a little help from my friend. Get high with a little help from my friends. Yes, I get by with a little help from my friend. With a little help from my friend.
Very nice.
Thank you for that.
You, me, Billy.
Well
out on the
spoken,
road.
Tim.
Thank you.
Well spoken, Tim. Well, at last we've found a successor to Richard Burton.
February.